I had to tell you, when you come to my channel, I do everything I possibly can to keep things realistic. If I make mistakes and I'm not perfect, let's just put it that way. Now, I have to reason why I'm saying this is because when a few months ago, I was watching a video and I'm gonna say the person name in a bit about this extra like upgrade for the Switch. And I made a decision on going ahead and pre-ordering it because it was, I just like I was seeing how it was getting set up and everything else, and I was just like, oh, this is awesome. But there was a delay in the shipment. And I was definitely informed about everything, and it took quite a while for it to come. No complaints about that because the communication was there, and that was awesome. I finally got it, but it took me, I don't know if it took me almost like 2 months to make this decision, but I decided to just, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. And I was procrastinating like crazy about doing this because I didn't want to mess up my Switch. Now, what I got here is the Super 5 OLED. I got this basically looking at Take Udon channel, and it's check out his channel. It's all, and he's actually coming out with I think it's called the Super Station. I'm definitely going to be jumping on it. But I asked myself a question: why am I about to do this? Because I'm thinking I'm gonna mess this up. I'm gonna really screw this up. Now, I couldn't believe that. Now, if you saw a few videos back, I did a case swap for the Steam Deck, and I haven't had no problems with it. Everything came out perfectly. It was a definite challenge when it comes down to doing projects like these. It is fun, but it's very challenging. But at the same time, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. Let's switch this thing out and let's make my Switch Lite an OLED. Let's get started. What is going on, you guys? Your boy Famous Kid Video Game Entertainment. And before we go any further, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. Click like, subscribing. It's always a big help. This particular Switch was supposed to be my daughter's because they usually like to play like Mario Kart or stuff like that, and they had their games that they play because they do have a regular Switch that's already docked, so they always play like 4 players and stuff like that. But they also had this one just as a backup in case that they wanted to play against each other online. It was originally mine, but I just let them just play and use it. So because I had bought me the Switch OLED when that first came out, so I was just like, okay, that's fine. Because it's just lately, because they teens. So ever since like for some reason, they just like been changed. They changed up from just playing the Switch to like just PS5. They've just been going at it. At first, they've been playing. They not the type that's gonna be sit up there playing. You would think that they'd be playing like Minecraft, Roblox, Fortnite, stuff like that. No. They don't play that. They be playing Monster Hunter. They play Final Fantasy. Like they have like tampered with Elden Ring, and they be playing some games. Like some serious games. It's like they look for the challenge. Wow. For real. They haven't been playing this little Switch Lite lately. So I was just like, okay, this would be the perfect device for me to go ahead and do this change up, because I was just like, okay, cool, because they do have another Switch up in there to play and everything else, so I'm not too worried. So that's the reason why I was like, okay, if I mess up, at least it's this one, and this to be okay. That was just a small background of this particular Switch Lite. And if you see this armor is no joke on here, for real. You can drop it and everything else, and the fact is, this thing is off the chain. Seriously tough. I gotta tell y'all, now let me add this right now while I can, okay? This is not a tutorial video. This is not a how-to video. When I'm unboxing this thing, I am just prepping because I don't know if I'm gonna get through this, and I don't know if I'm gonna mess up. Hopefully I can get through this and everything to be fine. This is definitely a challenge. Seriously, I just, like I said, I'm gonna leave link in the description for you guys to like check out Take Udon video on how to do this. For real, I'm just gonna try my best and see if I can get through it. Okay, just hang with me, bear with me. I'm just prepping everything before I get started. Okay, here's some of the tools that they have right here. Okay, now these are two, like one is regular screwdriver and the other one is like the tri screwdriver. You're gonna probably need that, so that way it just screws on the top pretty much. And I'm just gonna put this, I just wanted to just kind of show you some of the stuff that they have. Second, they have like these two tools right here. You're gonna need those, and like it's gonna need those. And then also these right here, I just want to show you these right here. I mean, this is what comes with it, but one thing about this, they're kind of sharp and I just didn't want to screw up, so I have my own. Okay, that's what I'm using. And these right here is really dull, and I don't have to worry about maybe sticking like maybe the ribbon cable or messing up something when I'm grabbing something. I just don't want to mess up. This is what I'm using. That's just me. I'm also got a heat gun, so I just wanted to let you guys know. All right, so now I am ready to get started. I'm gonna take off this case, and I guess I'm just gonna hop at it. And with the power of editing, I'm gonna try to zip right through this thing. Let's do it. Earlier I had said something about the Superstation, and I looked online and it's pretty much sold out. All the pre-orders is sold out, but it's not coming into like Q4, so that's probably like the end of this year, and that's gonna be a long time. I guess I'll just wait it out. I thought I was gonna be able to get a pre-order in, but I guess not. It's not a big deal, but it is a cool looking system. I had to tell you right now. Maybe Taki Udon, let me know if you get them back in stock, or you know, that way I can go ahead and get my pre-order in. But let me give some tips. Basically with this, it's, to me, I like the fact is that you have like these different sections to where you can put your screws and stuff in, because that was the biggest thing to me, is just the challenge of these screws and the ribbon cables. But the little tweezers that I got that's not sharp, it was very much easy for me to go ahead and get things to where that I was able to move things out the way pretty simple without messing up anything. And then the heat gun really helped me out to get things through the way I wanted. It was just, everything was just seamless and very, very, very simple. Very simple. He has extra ribbons, stuff like that, in case you just screw up, which, like, for me, I definitely needed stuff like this, because just in case I mess up and end up like ripping a cable or anything like that. And it was just, yeah, it went very well. This right here is what he called like a floating test. Basically, it's not fully like installed. It's just basically we're just doing like a tester and making sure that the screen is working and making sure that I did a proper hookup and it's not damaged or anything like that. If you notice the little ribbon cable just sticking out, because we're just testing it out. We ain't the touchscreen part ain't functioning yet. We're just testing out, making sure that the brightness and everything is working. And it looks like everything's looking good. It looks amazing. Just when I thought that everything was going to be easy and all I had to do was just maybe slip the ribbon cable through a couple of pieces and it was going to be plugged up, but that just didn't happen. I literally had to take it all the way down to the bottom. I mean, all the way down. I mean, at this point, I'm gonna have to like number all these little pieces of the screws, and to the point that I have to slip this thing in, and that's what the challenging part is. A lot of this I had to get off camera, because I mean, I wanted to make sure that I was just being super delicate with all the pieces and putting things in the proper places and making sure that I put everything back, because I did not want to mess up the ribbon cable. Even though I had another chance, if I probably messed up one of the ribbon cables, because he gave me like replacements, I still wanted to make sure that I did everything properly without just off the first try. And that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to have any problems with, you know, just like, that's just me. I wanted to make sure I was super delicate, and the tools that I had really helped out with everything on getting all those little pieces in and slipping everything in. And even one of the ribbon cables, I forgot that it was still under, so I had to like make sure I slipped that through without, you know, ripping any of the ribbon cables, because it was like one that was like, you know what I'm saying, was right there. But I still got it. I was able to get it through, no problem. Right here, it was like really a little bit of a challenge, but with these tweezers I had, slip right up, no problem, without ripping anything. And I felt really good about that because that really worked out for me. This next test right here is basically now I'm just like testing the touchscreen control. And also I wanted to make sure that it's still working because as I was installing it, there's certain ways you got to screw things in, you got to push things. And I wanted to make sure I did not damage any of the ribbons, any of the pieces that's to it, because you can damage it and it will be unworking and it would take like forever for me to get another one. So I didn't want that. Now I'm just doing a test and making sure that the touchscreen controls is working, making sure everything is going up and down, left and right before I finish up the last parts of this. And it seems like everything's going good. Very, very well. Now down to the home stretch where I'm just putting everything back together. And also I will be cleaning off some of the old thermal paste. And I know some of you professionals will be very proud of me that I have actually made sure I apply fresh thermal paste on here for everything. So to make sure everything is working just fine. At first I wasn't going to do it because I still didn't want to mess up, but I figured that that would have been the proper thing to do. So I hope you guys, you know what I'm saying, at least give me some props for that, for at least making sure that I did that, make sure I did that properly. One more final test to get all the way around this thing and just to make sure that everything's working by being fully assembled and it's just working very, very well. I barely use a touchscreen anyway, but just want to make sure. And this is the final. This looks amazing. I mean, for real, this looks amazing. Gorgeous screen. And I know that it's not the proper color of the original, but I'm still happy with. That's just me. I'm happy. I am ready to play some of my games on here and really get down on this thing. If you guys made it this far, I truly appreciate it, you guys. It means a lot to me. I'm about to get ready to get down on me virtual racing, or you can call it VR. That was on Sega, one of my favorite games, and I'm gonna have some fun because this thing looks good on this screen. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging with me. Thank you once again. And from gamer to gamer, thanks for watching.